my name is Kyle for the win, and welcome to the DLC 4 trailer. This trailer just dropped today, and I had no idea it was going to come out today, but it did, and I'm very, very excited to see what this trailer is all about. Of course, this is just the multiplayer trailer, I believe. If we do see zombies at the end of this, then I would not be surprised either. But I hope you guys go to enjoy this video. Of course, I don't know, I haven't seen this trailer yet. I don't know when this DLC is coming out, but I'm very, very excited to play this DLC and, of course, get all the gameplay of this new DLC when it comes out. But I hope you guys enjoy the trailer, and, of course, like usual, I will see you at the end of the video, so I hope you enjoy it.
Call the target. All turret gunner inbound. Get hurt! I'm not spy. Let's get in, get the tech, blow the place, and get back home. We have a weapon on the tech schematics. Escort the tank. We need to take out the crowd technology. Bloody hell.
Why are they attacking the Nazis? Are they feeding on them? Death is near.
So there we go, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that trailer. So this DLC is actually coming out next Tuesday. I was pretty much expecting this DLC to come out next Tuesday, the August 28th, right after the Days of Summer event is over. Very, very exciting. I'm very, very excited for this DLC because this DLC looks really, really awesome. And we actually did get some zombies gameplay, which I'm very surprised about. Usually they've kind of split it up where they do multiplayer first, and then they have a zombies trailer later. But the fact that they integrated them both, I really, really like that because, well, obviously it makes the trailer breakdown easier. So the first map in this DLC is called Airship, another snow map. You guys already know how much I love snow maps, so super, super excited that this is in the game. Looks very interesting to me. What this blimp does, as we can see, there's a bunch of soldiers in the blimp, but of course this is just for trailer purposes. Of course, you won't just spawn here and just stay there, obviously, but yeah, so I'm guessing this is one of the spawn points on the map, and it looks pretty cool. So there's a lot of lines of sight to it, which is pretty sweet. And it looks like this map is pretty small as well. I'm not quite sure, and this DLC is called Shadow War. Of course, first on PlayStation. Unfortunately, as I've said many times, that console exclusivity kind of sucks. But unfortunately, that's just how it is with Activision, and unfortunately, we have to deal with that. But here we see a nice overview of the map called Airship. So, of course, there's a ginormous blimp airship in this map, and it's in the mountains of, I'm guessing, Germany. And of course, and it's a snow map, and you guys already know how much I'm in love with snow maps. So hopefully this map plays really, really well. It honestly just depends when it comes to DLC maps, maps and gameplay and stuff. And a little tiny interesting thing is they changed the text. Usually the text is kind of the same every DLC trailer, but they changed the text, which is awesome. And looking at this map, it looks kind of like, it looks kind of like Stalingrad in a way, but it looks like there is a pathway on the left side. That's a nice little flanking route. 2 buildings and then a middle open area. So I would highly advise you don't go in that big middle area unless there's a good amount of cover. I see a few head glitch spots down there, as well as some cover, but I would still be very, very careful about going there because you never know what could happen. But this is just a little portion of the map. We don't really see the whole thing. Here we see that, I think that middle section again looks very, very crazy. This might be a different section of the map that we compared to what we saw. But yeah, so this map looks pretty good. I like it. This might be my favorite map, and here we see an even better upwards view of the map. This looks like the other side of the map. So we saw the, let's say, the left side of the map. Now we're seeing the right side of the map. So that's very interesting as well. Looks like there's some underground routes as well, which is interesting. And here we see excavation. I think this is my favorite map in the DLC so far because it just looks awesome. I love the desert kind of theme to it with the crashed planes and tanks and stuff. And here we see another overview of the map, which is awesome. I really like how they kind of show you the overview of the map with the when they show what the map is called. So here we see it's kind of like another maze-ish type map. So by that I mean kind of like Monte Casino or other maps that are in the game, like maybe Point du Hoc as well. But again, this map looks interesting. It looks like there's a lot of lanes to go through and a lot of flanking routes. This looks like a medium-sized, maybe even small map. Definitely mediums. I say it's more medium-sized. I think airship and then the next map are going to be small. But again, this map looks really, really cool. I like the overview. There's a lot of pathways. There's even an underground cave area, which is probably where everyone's going to hide if you get a streak. So very, very cool as well. Here you see some actual gameplay. And here's the cave I was talking about. Looks pretty cool. There's a lot of ways to get inside it. And of course, out of it. I'm guessing this is going to be a very heavy gameplay spot. So probably where the B flag is going to be. Here you see the back side of the map as well. We saw the other side of the map over that mountain, the last section. And here we see the back side of the map. So looks pretty cool, man. Hopefully this map plays well. Most of the DLC maps have always played pretty well, as far as I've noticed, except for maybe Stalingrad and not Monte Casino, the other map that I forget what it's called from the last DLC pack. They didn't really play that well because there was a lot of flanking routes and a lot of ways to get around the enemy, which I didn't really like, and the spawns were horrible on those maps. So I think they tuned those spawns a little bit better, but I don't know. I think it's because I've gotten more used to the maps, but man, I wasn't really a massive fan of DLC 3. So hopefully DLC 4 comes out with a bang. And here's the map called Chancellery. So this is like a very building heavy map. As I said, I'm assuming this is a very small map, probably very, very shotgun oriented, SMG oriented as well, which is annoying. But so it looks like there's 2 buildings on each side of the map, and then there's this middle section. I don't know how big this middle section is. Hopefully it's not too big, not too small either, because it could really kill the flow if there's only 2 buildings and then this small little middle area. But it looks a lot bigger to me as well, and it looks like you can go outside of these buildings as well. So that little middle section that we saw is I think in the middle of the map, and then this is on the either left or right side of the map. I'm guessing more left if we're looking from this angle, and this looks like another outside kind of area. And this map seems to take place in kind of, well, obviously in Germany, but in a different type of section. Not a section, sorry. Kind of a government building, maybe even France, because from the campaign, but very interesting here as well. And here we see the brand new war map, which is very exciting. I really, really, really loved the last war map. Operation Supercharge was incredible. I absolutely loved it. It's my favorite war mode in the game. And then second place is Operation Griffin with the dogfighting. You guys already know how much I love the dogfighting, but here we see the war map, and it is called Operation Arcane, which is super, super cool. So here we see kind of I'm guessing this is the intro to the map, the intro cutscene to the map. I don't think we're going to be having to push this tank forward to this area, but of course we'll see on August 28th when this DLC does come out. But here we see pushing into a kind of a facility, a German facility, sorry, and we go through a bridge here, and we see the inside, which is, I'm guessing, the first objective, and here we see the big facility itself with a nice angle of what the map is like, and here we see some very interesting things. Let me go back. Sometimes I mess up my pauses. So if we can move up really quickly. Here we see this, which is super interesting. Very Nazi zombie-ish. So it seems like they are integrating, in this Operation Arcane, they are integrating Nazi zombies into multiplayer, which is super cool. I don't know what these things do, but I know, what we can see from the trailer, the green one definitely is something that makes you able to see every enemy around you, which is pretty interesting. I wonder what the purple, the red, and the blue one will do, so that's interesting to think about. But here we see a very interesting sort of facility. It's basically, as I said, they're very Nazi zombie oriented into this war mode, which is super cool. So here we saw a kind of a test facility. Ooh, I skipped way too far. We see a test facility, and we see the Tesla gun as well, which is super interesting. But let me get to the actual thing I wanted to get to. So here we see the zombie thing again. We see another thing, and here we see the testing on the soldiers, which is creepy, but also interesting as well. And here we see the Tesla gun deal weapon. That's probably in this map now. And now let's jump into the final chapter of Nazi Zombies, which is called the Frozen Path, I think. I forget what it's called, but so a little bit of a side note, I really didn't like how DLC 3 did zombies. I just did not like how you couldn't if you had to complete one and you could fail the zombie map, which I just didn't like. I wasn't really a fan of DLC 3 zombies. I'm sure it might have been good, but man, I just did not. I just wasn't feeling it. I just don't like zombies like that. But this is interesting. I'm hoping that this is the same kind of thing as the first 3 maps, so the Final Reich, DLC 1, DLC 2, and in DLC 2 zombies maps. I'm hoping that's like that. And then there's this one, of course, which is DLC 4, which is awesome. It looks like a massive sort of map. So we see our 4 characters up on top of this balcony, and then we see the kind of stairs down below, as well as kind of a kind of some rock pillars and blood. So interesting map here. It looks like it's in a cave. Here we see zombies coming up from the blood, which is kind of creepy. And then here we see a brand new zombie, and this zombie looks like one of those boss zombies that will run after you at uncertain locations whenever, just like every round 5 or 10 or so, it'll run at you. But what they said in the trailer is that it doesn't attack you, so that's also interesting. It might attack you, but it appears to be attacking the zombies itself, so that's very interesting. I don't know how that's going to play out. Here we see the face of it again, and this is an interesting area. This looks like kind of an elevator, and here's a dark, kind of creepy place, and we see the first DLC weapon, I mean, not DLC weapon, wonder weapon for this map, which is kind of a electric scythe. Let me get the perfect angle on it. Kind of an electric scythe, which is pretty cool looking. Hopefully it's really, really good and easy to get. Here we see another wonder weapon, which is kind of this like shield thing that kind of blasts enemies into a million pieces. And here we see a Thor's hammer. I'm just going to call it Thor's hammer. Throwable, which is kind of cool. Hopefully it's really good as well. And here we see a green kind of smoke grenade type thing. I don't really know exactly what this will do, but I think that's pretty cool as well. And here we see the big, the bad, the boss zombie. If I can go back. I always mess up. Sometimes it's really hard to do these live, but we're doing it the best we can. And come on. There we go. Ah, dang it, I missed it again. Hold on. Embarrassing little intermission here. Get the perfect angle, because these trailers just go by so fast, so it's really hard to get a good angle. There we go. So here we see the big bad boy boss zombie, which looks freaky as heck. he's wearing like this gold plated armor, and he's wearing heads of the people he's killed, maybe? I don't even know, but what an interesting, crazy, creepy boss this is. I'm assuming this is the boss when you complete the Easter egg. I can't see this as the main boss zombie, because of course in every single DLC zombies trailer for World War II, we've seen the final boss zombie, as well as the kind of scary sort of boss round. So this is the the end boss zombie, and then the one with like the claws that's attacking the other zombies is kind of the boss that just a regular player would have to face. So very, very interesting trailer here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that, I think, concludes the entire trailer. Although I was also confused as well, because we saw this guy as well at the end of the trailer. So I'm really sort of confused. So here's the possibilities that I've kind of thought of in my head. So either the zombie that attacks the other Nazi zombies is either an additional new zombie, and then the gold one is just the boss zombie that we have to face, and then this is the complete end boss zombie, or my original theory was right, and this is Dr. Straub, but dead. So I don't know how this map is going to play out. We're going to have to find out on August 28th, sorry. But very interesting map, and this guy looks freaky as heck too. He's blood and yeah, pretty creepy. But that is absolutely everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed the trailer. As I said, this DLC pack comes out on August 28th, and I will try and get all of this gameplay for you guys out as soon as I possibly can. Of course, on August 28th, that is a Tuesday, so I won't be in school yet, but I will be up at my college, so I will try and get this gameplay out for you guys, but it might be a little bit difficult. We might have to split it between days, but I will at least try and get you Airship, Excavation, and Chancellery out on August 28th, and then the War Mode and the Frozen Dawn might have to be saved for a different day. But I'm very, very excited for this DLC. This DLC looks pretty awesome. Will it beat DLC 3? Will it beat DLC 2? Will it beat DLC 1? I'm hoping so. I hope they just keep improving. I certainly wasn't a fan of DLC 3 as much as I would have liked to. None of the maps really played that well except for Monte Casino, and of course when I got used to the maps, they were a lot more fun. But the highlight of DLC 3 was the War Mode, and I don't think one War Mode isn't worth $15. But of course I had the Season Pass, so it doesn't really bother. It's not really a waste of money for me, essentially. But for those of you who did buy DLC 3 separately, a little bit harder, a little bit annoying for you guys, unless you liked all the maps. But either way, I'm going on a tangent. I hope you guys enjoyed the DLC trailer. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you are new, especially because I will be getting all this DLC coverage for you guys on August 28th. It's been fun doing all these DLC videos for this entire year of Call of Duty World War II, and I will see you guys on another video later on today.